Group 1 winner Tamfana has been the flag bearer for the Quantum Leap Racing Syndicate. I've come here to her based at her trainer David Menuisier's in beautiful West Sussex to find out a little bit more about one of this highlight lots for the Sceptre Sessions. David, it was fantastic to see Tamfana out this morning. I mean, she's a lovely, strong filly. She looks magnificent and is obviously feeling well.
Yeah, no, she's feeling great. She, as you could see on the gallops this morning, she'd be happy to run again actually this month, but we don't have an option for her. But no, I'm delighted with her. Yeah, she's in really good form.
We discussed her humble beginnings, if you like.
Yes.
How has her development been over the years that you've had her?
When she first arrived as a yearling, she wasn't the most eye-catching horse, but she's improved physically very, very swiftly. But from a week to the next, I remember Quantum Leap having several visits, but actually at least a couple of visits during the spring, and from the first to the second visit, they couldn't recognize her. And you could literally see her putting on weight and developing on a weekly basis, which is quite rare. But she's now a pretty adult filly. I don't think she will change much more. She's 500 kgs. And yeah, she's a looker. She has a nice bum, good girth, really good girth. And yeah, nice and strong.
And she had that development in the back end of her 2-year-old year. Was it at that stage that you started to get real high hopes for her?
We've always felt that she was a nice filly. Laetitia, who's been looking after the filly for the last 2 years, actually told us in March as a 2-year-old that she felt the filly was exceptional. And for once, she was right.
She was right in spades, wasn't she?
Yes. No, so she always showed plenty of talent, but I felt she was just too weak to start before she did.
Yeah.
We started racing quite late. She had her first race at First Class. I think if she had started sooner, she probably would have won the Marcel Boussac, because she came to hand quite quickly in late summer, and I still don't understand how she got beat first time out at First Class.
Yeah, it's amazing looking back. And obviously she then went on to win her Group 3 in France. Did you go into the winter thinking, we've got a classic filly on our hands?
We certainly hope so, because she was showing plenty on the gallops. The way she won a maiden at Kempton and the Group 3 in France was really, really impressive. And we had the Christmas party that year, and I did put my neck on the line and said, I think she's the best filly I've ever trained. Obviously, they thought I was drunk. But yeah, I wasn't far off right on that one.
Absolutely. It must have been agonising in a way, though, to come so close in the Classic.
Honestly, the Guineas, I was extremely confident because she had a really good prep. She came on a lot for the prep in the Imprudence. And the filly that beat her in the Imprudence was short favourite, but she was quite short in the betting of the Guineas. And I thought, there's no way I can't beat that filly this time round, which gave us a really good chance, even though she was 66-1. I was really confident. I'm adamant she would have won the race if she had the clear run.
Yeah. And do you think at that stage people were in danger of pigeonholing her? You know, it was soft ground when she won her Group 3 in France. Coming into fast ground Guineas, they thought they had a German-bred filly kind of in a box there, and my word, she proved everyone wrong, not just there, but throughout the season with how versatile she was.
It was a bit of a gamble to go for the Guineas rather than the Poule d'Essai the following week, but we just felt the filly was absolutely thriving in training. So I thought, rather than wait another week and be drawn 14 of 14, we might as well give it a go. It was bittersweet, obviously, because it makes all the difference. Had she won the 1,000 Guineas, it would have been fantastic for the owners and myself. It would have been my first classic in the UK. But it's still a bit sore when we talk about it, you know, because you never really quite get over those things until you win one, I suppose.
Yeah, there's still time.
Yeah.
It opened the door for some ambitious campaigning then, because she'd proved to you that she was a bona fide top draw horse. That all came to fruition in the Sun Chariot, of course, which must have been a great relief. How confident were you through the season that she would get that win?
Look, she always showed a lot of class. Third in the Diane, fourth in the Grand Prix de Paris, beaten by the best three-year-old colts of the season, including Sosie. Going back to her mile, she was absolutely flamboyant. I mean, when she won the Atalanta, she was impressive. So going into the Sun Chariot, we were pretty confident she would win, but then she had been quite unlucky throughout the season. It was a massive relief when she took the lead down the dip and went to win. It was watching the race in slow-mo nearly, you know, when it's sheer elation.
The 3-year-old Tamfana, holding them all at bay, goes clear by 2 lengths. This is the new kid on the block. It is Tamfana who wins the Sun Chariot.
Just talk us through this season for her, because I think people would maybe look at the form figures and think, well, things haven't quite worked out for her. But are you confident that she is a filly that could be as good as ever now?
Yeah, I do believe she's as good as ever. First run of the season was absolutely fantastic. Running second in the Sandown Mile, which is always a strong race. She actually beat some of the best milers in Europe that day. In the low hinge, nothing went right, and she actually sustained a little injury. She got struck into, so she lost her stride. And I felt the ground was a bit too quick that day for her anyway. So after that, we had such a dry summer. We decided to give her a break in the summer, bring her back in the autumn to run on good ground, on what I thought would be good ground. And the good ground, softish ground, never came until October, really. So we've been kind of forced to go for the Opera straight away. After 5 months off, which was a hard thing to do, and she nearly pulled it off. Yeah. She was only beaten 3/4 of a length, which was a massive run, and then went to Ascot in the QE2. She ran third in the QE2 last year, which is a massive performance. I mean, we talk about the Sun Chariot and everything else, but the QE2, you know, being behind Charin and Factor Cheval, was a massive performance. This year, sadly, 2 furlongs out, I think it's the Aga Khan horse that struck into her right beside her knee, and she got an infection following that. So she literally stopped because she lost her action when it happened. So I know it's easy to come up with excuses, but I know the filly really well. Having had her for 2 years, to a mile 4, from good to firm to heavy ground, because she's a real racehorse. She doesn't know what defeat means. She'll give her best all the time, and I know that she's as good as ever.
So ideal scenario, David. She goes through the sales ring and makes a lovely sum for her owners. The new owners send her back to David Menuisier for her 5-year-old career. What does the campaign look like?
I think I would have a tilt abroad. Australia would be quite high on the map. When we see what Via Sistina has managed to do out there, I think in terms of sheer quality, this filly is a much better horse than Via Sistina. So I think I would be interested to explore that, and probably some races in America as well, you know, on the East Coast. I think Del Mar was a bit daunting this season for a filly like her, but because of the ground. But on the East Coast in the States, I think she would have some lovely pots to win as well. And of course Europe, because to me, she's still one of the best fillies in Europe, if not the best.
Well, Niall, Eamon, what a phenomenal success story Tamfana has been for the syndicate. Eamon, just tell us a little bit about the kind of history and background of Quantum Leap Racing.
Yes, we started in 2017, modestly with 2 horses. One turned out to be very good, one turned out to be very bad, but the very good one sold to Hong Kong. Started the model first really because it allowed us to replenish the pot by 5 the following year and progress from there. I mean, every single year we've had a good horse from modest numbers. We bought 5 every year since then, 10 this year, so we're expanding a little bit. We've expanded slowly and organically, so it's always been by referral, so people in the syndicate introducing friends, family and others. So it's had a nice atmosphere about it. Everybody's become friends and got to know new friends and stuff like that. So it works on every level, on a sporting level and on a social level.
And it's not a surprise that it has taken the step up this season on the back of Tamfana's campaign, Niall. I mean, what an amazing kind of filly to have sourced from humble beginnings, really.
Yeah, completely. And credit for sourcing her goes to Jeremy Brummett, who's purchased all of our yearlings since 2017. Tamfana's kind of taken us to new heights in the wider scheme of things, brought us to the public consciousness that bit more. I mean, this year we managed to buy 10 yearlings and all of those are already fully sold out. So I think that shows just how significant Tamfana was, both for her owners, but also the syndicate as a whole, and giving us that platform to grow and hopefully do what we're doing on a larger scale moving forwards.
How difficult a decision was it, Niall, to bring this filly to sale?
I think for us, normally we would sell every horse at the end of their 3-year-old season, and unless they've shown us a reason not to. So the model is, unless they're going to be a Group 1 horse, which is the goal, we set out as yearlings to find Group 1 winners. We've done it in this case, so we kept her for another season into her 4-year-old year to enjoy her, because if we're not doing that, then what are we doing it for? If you finally find your Group 1 horse and you can't enjoy them while they're racing, then what's the point in buying the yearling in the first place?
What's the group like involved in Tamfana, and how much have they enjoyed that journey?
We've got people that are barristers, teachers, IT professionals, publicans, you know, you name it. Anyone out of the Camberwick Green, if you get that reference, then, you know, we've got people in all sorts of professions.
Will there be a big team at Tattersalls in December? What will that day be like for you guys?
Well, I would imagine that'll be a big day out. I mean, it's almost as exciting as a race,
Yeah.
isn't it? Almost.
Almost. Talk us through that, her winning.
Speak to us afterwards,
Yeah.
we might be saying more.
Talk us through what it's like to win a Group 1 with an operation like this, because, as I said, she did have humble beginnings and she advertised her talents early on, so you knew you had a good filly, but to take that next level up, what was that like?
It was relief. We were all very confident that she was going to win it. And during the race, for me, there wasn't a moment's worry. It was the last 2 furlongs were just excitement, because we could see she was going to go and do it.
Nobody was hoarse afterwards.
Well, there were some scenes on the concourse of the Newmarket grandstand once she crossed the line. A lot of owners going absolutely nuts, but I think that was just relief of, she deserved that Group 1. She'd knocked on the door all season. She'd placed in 2 classics. We'd raced her over every trip against Colts, against fillies. We hadn't cracked it, and finally towards the end of the year we'd done something right. We'd put her in the right race, and she went and rewarded everyone. And it was great for the filly herself as well to be able to do that and just show everyone how good she is.
Let's hope for similar scenes at Tattersalls in December, and horse voices the following morning as well. Best of luck with that.
I don't know about cheering at the sales. Some people do it, don't they?
Good luck, guys.
Thanks very much.
Cheers, thanks.